Hello and welcome back to Cell Division Mitosis. Today we are going to talk about the last two phases of a cell's life, the mitotic phase and the cytokinesis phase. Just as a quick recap, last time we talked about interphase, the longest part of a cell's life, which was broken up into three parts: growth stage, synthesis stage, and growth stage. What happens during the two G stages? The cell grows. Nice work. What happens during the S phase? The DNA is copying. Is any growth taking place during that time? No. Alright. So now, we started as a baby cell, got all the way to being an old man cell, or a woman cell. We don't want to be sexist here. So, after all this growth and replication, now it is finally time for what I like to call the real show. Get ready. Ladies and gentlemen, there are four stages to the mitotic phase. They are prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. Now, you will need to know these. You will need to know them in order. I'm going to teach you a little saying I like to say anyways to help you remember them. Here's what I say. Pretty men always talk. PMAT, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. Okay, pretty men always talk. It has gotten me through high school, college, and now teaching. I think it's fantastic. It's true, too. I mean, if you think about it. I talk, I'm pretty. All right. So, these are the four stages of the mitotic phase. So what? What does it mean? Well, I did that just wrong. Let's go see what each stage is about. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, here's mitosis. Notice the four stages on top. What are they in order? Not pretty men always talk. What are the phases names? Prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. Okay. Over the next few slides, you're going to see all four stages on top as we go through each one individually. First one we're going to talk about is the first stage of mitosis, known as prophase. Let's see here. All right. During prophase, four things start to happen. Are you ready? First, chromosomes begin to condense. Now, remember when we talked about chromosomes? They were double helix DNA, right? And they started wrapping around the histones. The histones started making that histone fiber. Remember all that? Started going over the protein scaffold. You remember it, right? All right. Okay. They start doing that. They start condensing into that tight coil, which is what these little X's are down here. The nuclear membrane dissolves. Now, how many of you remember way back when we built cells where the nuclear membrane is? Outside the nucleus. Yes, it's still inside the cell, right? But it's outside the nucleus. Would you agree? Would you agree? All right. You staying focused with me here, brother? All right. So, you can see it here. The nuclear membrane is usually a solid circle, but it's starting to break up, getting little cuts and nicks in it. See that? Okay. Also, centrosomes move to opposite poles. These are centrosomes, these little square things. We're going to talk about what they do very soon. When looking at a prophase cell under the microscope, you can tell what they are because they look like they got like little sun rays around them. Okay. And last but not least, the spindle starts to form. Here are the spindle fibers. Notice the spindle fibers are between the whats? Centrosomes. Yeah, we name everything very similar. That way it's easy to get them messed up. Yeah, these are between the centrosomes. Okay, and there's a reason for that, and we're going to talk about that very soon. So, first step of mitosis is prophase. It's 4 things are happening all at once. You guys got it? Piece of cake? No questions? You ready to move on to metaphase? Let's do it. Here we go. Metaphase. We're going to go back to prophase just for a moment to catch up on our notes. Chromosomes begin. Are we good?
All the yellow stuff on the PowerPoint is not there. Printed off.
Oh, on the printed out notes? It's probably because it was so light it didn't pick it up. You'll have to draw them in yourself, preferably with a yellow pencil. All right, back to metaphase. Good. Metaphase. Metaphase is what stage in the mitosis process? Second. Beautiful. It's the min part, the pretty min. Okay. Now, in metaphase, we have 2 things happening. First off, the chromosomes line up along the equator, or the middle, as I like to say. Metaphase, middle. Okay? Does everyone see them lining up in the middle? Something I want to point out here. Okay? The green chromosomes are from your mom, the blue ones are from your dad. Are the pairs lining up together? No. Here's the short blue one from dad, here's a short green one from mom. They're not lined up together, they're all lined up separately. So how many are you going to have stacked on top of each other for humans? There's 23 pairs. 46. You're going to have 46 of these on top of each other. I drew in 4. Way too not thinking drawing 46 is going to be fun. So I drew 4. Good representation, though, I think. So these chromosomes are lined up along the equator. Does everyone see the equator? That little dotted mark. By the way, that dotted mark is not really there. It's just an imaginary dot mark. Second thing that happens, spindle fibers start to form spindle fibers from opposite poles linked to the chromatids. Remember those centrosomes we were talking about? Well, now one went to the left and one went to the right. They went to opposite sides of the cell. Yet they kept their spindle fibers. What these spindle fibers have done is connected to the centrosome of the chromosome, right in the middle. See this yellow dot? That means this spindle fiber goes from this centrosome, connects to the chromosome, goes back to this centrosome. Am I losing anyone? Did I blow any minds? Just a little, oh, good. A little's good. A little blown's not bad. So far, so good? You want to know what happens in anaphase? Everyone wants to know? All right, take your time, write it down. Feel free. Ladies and gentlemen, we are actually going to move on to anaphase in our next session with Mr. Schaub. So we are going to pause here. Thank you for listening.